Raise to 300. Pass.
Raise again from Ram Vaswani. He's been very active, and this is a real hand, isn't it?
Call.
Well, Lothar Landauer would have been forgiven for thinking the fours were best right now, but he's just peeling off the flop here.
Look at this, Simon Ierna. He's out of position. First to act after the flop in the big blind with king three of clubs and wants to take on both these players.
950 in the kitty. And that four has hit Lothar something serious.
Check.
Full house for the German. How will Ram play this?
500.
Let me tell you, he'll know exactly where he is if Lothar Landauer flat calls. He'll know that the minimum he's got is a jack.
Call.
And Ram's done with this pot now, unless he hits a 9.
I mean, jacks and nines look pretty good right now.
2 players.
He's the tightest player on the table. There's no way that Ram is going to pay this guy off. Lothar might have been better off checking here, you know, and inducing a bluff on the river or a value bet on the river.
Vaswani looking at jacks and nines. And, I mean, looking at that board, it's easy to understand why the nines look good right now.
Well, I'm very surprised there, to be honest.
Landauer, full house.
3,350 and Lothar's going into acting mode here, deciding how much can I bet. What did he call on the turn and how much will he call on the river? Of course, the 10 is no good
1200.
for Ram's pair of nines, so maybe that'll save him.
Because Ram must be thinking that he can basically only beat a bluff, and he didn't think Lothar was going to do it.
Yeah, well, Ram decided to peel one more off on the turn, but at the end of the day, he knew he was beat on the river.
My strategy is here that I wait at the beginning to learn how my opponents play poker, and you don't have this chip pressure at the beginning. You have time to wait, and after a while, if I don't do anything, I'm gonna start to play more aggressive, and then we see.
So, third level blinds, 100, 200. Shortest stack at the moment, Peter Costa, but he's got 16 times the big blind, Jesse, so he's not really in any danger whatsoever.
Peter's a cool character.
Pass.
Most people say that it's time to start getting serious when you have 10 times the big blind. I don't think Peter starts worrying until he's got less than 3.
Raise 525.
Coming for raise here,
Call.
Peter Costa.
Yeah, 200 became 525. Quick call by the Swede behind him. And these two, the last time they locked up,
2 players.
Ian made a full house. Oh, and Costa's gotten wrapped like a turkey again.
Well, if Simon Ierna plays
That's
this
400.
correctly, he will get all of Peter Costa's chips.
Raise to 800.
It's a minimum raise. Costa only has 2,300 back, and he
He raised
stuck
all
them
in.
all in. He just didn't believe he could be in this kind of trouble, but he is. And this could be the end of Costa. He's seen it, done it, and finally had enough, Simon. He didn't believe Ian could outflop him every time, did he?
No, he thought that Ierna probably was bluffing with overcards or maybe just the middle pair 6. He needs to hit a queen. All 3 of them are left in the deck.
Turn card, no help. Just 3 cards in the deck for Peter Costa. The top players in any part of the world is first man out. What a surprise. But as you said yourself, Simon, Costa slipped the noose already. He'd had enough.
Peter, our former champion, the luck wasn't with you today.
No, it wasn't going my way today. There was a couple of hands. If I'd bet them, I could have gone busted, you know. Especially when the guy hit my same opponent. He flopped 3-4s. I checked top pair, but it wasn't going well today. You know, you just sense it sometimes. And I mean, the last hand I didn't have to play it the way I did, but I second guessed myself. I figured he might be making a move.
Texas Hold'em begins with each player receiving 2 cards face down. Those are your whole cards, and right now Willie Tan is hoping he's got aces.
Pass.
Willie's been very card dead since this heat began.
Raise to 600. Pass. All in.
All in announced from Turrets, which is a big raise, And Turrets is in trouble here.
Oh.
Juha Karjalainen, what a decision. He's got the best hand, but isn't to know it, faced with a raise and a re-raise.
Go on. Call.
He's announced call.
What a great call by Karjalainen.
Is that going
Pass.
to influence OD's decision?
Well, Donica OD has got to think that Karjalainen has either got a big pair or another ace, with the way that he was thinking about it, in which case his ace-king doesn't play too well.
42.25.
Maybe he's willing to gamble. I mean, this could be for a place in the final, Jesse. This is such a big pot now.
Donica's had a count of his chips. He can fold here and have 5,300. Is there any consideration out there, Simon, that he might be up against kings or aces?
Well, if Turrets had kings or aces, I'm sure he would have took a bit longer before raising, and that's what Donica's thinking. He's thinking, I think he's got the same hand as me, ace-king. So what's the other guy got? He's going to fold, Jesse.
The
Pass.
situation is
Okay, showdown.
Mikhail Turrets all in with the ace-queen, and Turrets
Juha
is
shows
delighted
top tens.
that Donica folded because it's going to give him a much better chance of winning this pot.
Up comes 3,
Couple
4,
hearts on that
jack.
flop, but no help for Turrets.
No help to Mikhail. He needs an ace or a queen.
No help
An
on the
eight.
turn. Still just needs an ace or
Another
a
card.
queen, or we're going to be down to 6.
He's a 9.
No help. 2 tens hold. Mikhail Turrets taking us down to 6 players, and Simon Turrets got them all in and could not lose the best hand.
Unlucky, Michael. Did you ever feel in contention to win it?
No, not really. I didn't get any cards in the beginning of the hands. When I got the cards, I got re-raised, so I think I had to push my 4,000 in there. This side of the game is very tight, I think, and you're gonna see 2 good hands, I think, if they're gonna be all in, or pretty good hands for the blinds. It's not gonna be any deuce 7 or something like that.
2 players have qualified in here from the Party Poker Late Night Poker Ace final table, and they're 1 and 2 right now of the 6 who remain. What are the pros thinking right now about these 2 guys? Do they have a plan for them?
God, Donica OD. He's
Raise
picked
to
up
600.
queens.
Pass. Pass.
And Lotar's got an underpair. Lotar massaging his chips, and this right
Call.
away,
Pass.
pretty strong call from Lotar.
Pass.
Very surprised he didn't re-raise there. I mean, we're down to 6 players. A pair of 10s is a strong hand pre-flop. 6-handed.
Overcard for both players now.
Donica's first to act. He's going to have to represent the ace-king here, even though he doesn't really like that king on the flop.
Bet 700.
When there's 2 cards lower than your pair, if you believe he's got an
Call.
ace-king, then you can lay it down. If you don't believe him, you're going to call.
700 bet, 700 called, and OD might throw on the brakes. He might think Lotar's ahead.
He was looking at Lotar there when the flop came down, Jesse. He wasn't looking at the flop, trying to get a read.
I'll tell you what, these are 2 poker players who you would happily let into a room of eggshells and expect none to get broken.
Three undercards to his 10s. That flop's looking good, isn't it, to Lotar?
Bet 1200.
Oh. Landauer 1200.
Pass.
And he's taken OD off the hand.
Wow, it just shows you that you can build up a table image in No Limit Hold'em, and if the other players believe it, it enables you to make those sort of plays.
For a chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip for 2 to Las Vegas to include flights, accommodation and spending money courtesy of PartyPoker.com, answer the following question. Where is the World Series of Poker held? A. London, B. Monte Carlo, or C. Las Vegas? Channel4.com/poker to enter.
6 players still remaining. The Late Night Poker Masters second heat. Chip stacks very evenly spaced.
Pass.
2 players with just over 5,000, 2 with just over 6,
Pass.
and 2 close to 8.
Pass.
The German Landauer, very tight on the chip lead. suited cards.